Let's start off with the first linebacker that we want to talk about, really the highest profile guy on the list, and that's Justin Babyman Flowe.
Yeah, and what I'm going to ask you to do, I'm going to ask you to save me here if you can, really quick. I just noticed that I forgot to go back and add their heights and weights and where they're from. Do you have those with you by any chance?
I do have their height and weight. So Justin Babyman Flowe, 6'3", 225, five-star outside linebacker from Upland, California.
Excellent. Very good. Well, and like you said, what we're going to do tonight, we're going to kind of evaluate three potential linebacker targets that we think could possibly fill out this class. Right now, there is not even an open spot for a linebacker. So it's not like any of these guys are for sure takes, unless it's Justin Flowe. If you want to take Justin Flowe, like I said, it's just the same situation with Birch. They'll find room for that guy. The other two, I'm not so sure on just yet. But first off, Justin Flowe. Okay, basically, if you watch his highlight at all, that first hit you have to offer simply based off that first hit. He comes through like an absolute missile. Okay, you don't even need to see the rest of the highlights. That's what you have to offer on. He has ideal size, ideal speed, loves contact. He diagnoses plays really well, moves laterally good. One thing that I question about in his highlight video is he seems to be bigger than most of the linemen he plays. Okay, he seems to blow by all of them with nothing more than just a passing glance. Maybe that's the competition. Maybe he's just that much better. Plain and simple, just based off measurables and what I see, I'm taking him regardless. It doesn't even matter to me.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, what can I really say? When you look at film, and I hope you're watching it with us, but the film shows it. It's about everything you want in a linebacker is in Justin Flowe. I will agree, though, he's a big dude, and he can hit hard, and he's really fast. But there's a lot of film. I'm talking 8, 9, 10 minutes of film that we found online of him just blowing past guys, hitting gaps really hard, tackling really hard, just all over the field as far as front line speed, just straight to the running back, straight to the quarterback. That's something that I kind of am concerned about because we know he can tackle. We know he can kill you. We know he can wrap up to the outside. There's really no film, or at least none that I found, of him covering people. And so that kind of concerns me a little bit, and something I'll talk about a little bit further as we keep going. But he's super confident. I mean, if you got a nickname like Baby Man, you gotta be pretty confident in your ability to just knock people out, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think he's going to be one of those guys if Clemson were to land him, which there's a lot of players who have already committed, like your DJs and like your Brian Bressees, that are tweeting him constantly about, hey, come join the Tigers. Same thing with Jordan Birch. Hey, come join the Tigers. So a lot of that recruitment is coming from players who aren't even on the team yet. But we'll see what he picks or who he picks. I think it'll be another long one that we won't know until a little bit further down the line, maybe even after the season. But he's definitely confident. He'll make himself known on the field. If you look, every time he tackles somebody, he's flexing. And maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it's a bad thing. I don't know. I don't really want somebody showboating.
Right.
But I do want confidence, especially in somebody who's going to be a linebacker or possibly be a key part of the defense. And hey, when you're in Death Valley and you really want to win or you really want to get a stop and this guy knocks somebody's block off, I don't mind if he flexes a little bit. You know what I mean? Throws a little Power Ranger pump, I'm excited for that. But like I said, he's everything you'd want in a linebacker as far as just brute strength and speed. I mean, it's just amazing. Just keep watching the film. Go check it out. He's got a lot of video on YouTube. It's all over the place. But what do you think the odds are? What's your crystal ball projection for Justin Flowe?
This one's one that's really hard to get a read on. From all the way out there, that's a long way away. But at the same sense, talent wants to play with talent. I think that's why Clemson is getting a harder look than they probably would have, had all these 5 stars not been committed. I think Georgia's in it for them. There's all kind of other teams in it for them. I mean, when you're the top in the country, there's going to be all kind of people after you. I'm giving Clemson right now, I'm looking at about 30%. We get them to the cookout, surrounded by some other guys. Our chances are probably going to go up. That seems to be, a venue that works out pretty well for us for the most part.
Well, he's all the way in California, so we know that we got a couple of big time recruits from California, so that gives us a chance. But other than that, there are a lot of big time teams coming after him, especially that big time team from Alabama. So it's going to be a fight. They're going to have to push for him all the way through the football season up to National Signing Day, but it'll be exciting to see what Clemson can do